Alright, so as of chapter 1035, Zoro has gotten quite powerful. By letting Enma fully unleash and take as much haki as he wants, Zoro has been able to unlock his latent ability of Advanced Conqueror's Haki. So, I think it's about time we talk about who Zoro is fighting after Wano. Due to the fact that at this point in the story, I don't think any commander even stands a chance against Zoro any longer. That doesn't mean they can't go high diff with Zoro, but that just means that Zoro would come out on top against every possible Yonko commander as of right now. So who would Zoro be fighting after Wano? That's what I'm here to answer today. Alright, so this is by no means any type of definitive list. This is just a few names I'm putting out there who I think Zoro can possibly fight, and of course I'm going to be explaining why I think so. So a lot of us believe that the next arc will be Elbaf, the arc that's been foreshadowed for multiple hundreds of chapters all the way back in Little Garden. And there's also a common belief that Elbaf has deep ties to Shanks. So my first pick for Zoro's next opponent is Red Hair Shanks himself. Now the reason I believe Shanks is a possibility is because after Wano, Zoro's probably gonna have a huge ego. He scarred a Yonko, he took out Kaido's strongest commander, and now he is an Advanced Conqueror's Haki user. So who better than to put Zoro back in his place than Shanks? Shanks will be a way for Zoro to measure just how far he is from Mihawk. If we can get some type of short clash, some type of little back and forth to just see the difference between Zoro and Shanks, I think this will be perfect for the story. I think this is something Oda might do just to make Zoro realize he isn't as strong as he thinks he is. And also as a way to tell the readers that no, Zoro ain't on that level just yet. He is not the world's strongest swordsman just yet. So I think Shanks will be the perfect humbling mechanism to humble Zoro and also let the audience know that Zoro isn't of that tier just yet. Then we're moving over to my next pick. Now this is a very popular pick. We're going to the Blackbeard Pirates, the second strongest member of the Blackbeard Pirates, Shiryu of the Rain. Now this fight is damn near guaranteed. Everyone in the community believes in this fight. Everyone believes this is a fight that we have to see. Now for the Shiryu vs Zoro thing, it's pretty obvious. I mean, they're both sword users. They're both the second strongest of their respective crews, and there's been a lot of different comparisons between the Blackbeard Pirates and the Straw Hat Pirates. The Blackbeard Pirates is kind of like those Straw Hat Pirates if they were flipped over and reversed. So in the same way that Luffy and Blackbeard mirror each other, Shiryu and Zoro will also mirror each other in some type of way. I also believe this can be a good fight for Zoro to up his observation haki due to the fact that Shiryu has the Suke no Mi, which allows him to turn invisible, and I think it's possible he has the awakened version, which I'm guessing might even erase his entire presence from the world. So what better training can Zoro get for his observation haki than that, especially when he's going up against Mihawk, arguably the strongest observation user in the verse due to his epithet being clairvoyant and Hawkeye. So I think Shiryu might be the perfect opponent for Zoro to up his observation haki, and it's a matchup that I think is pretty much guaranteed. Moving over to the next one, I think this one's a little bit of a sleeper. I don't know how many people really talk about this one, so we're gonna go with Fujitora. Now there's been a lot of different instances where Zoro has been shown against Fujitora, 3 in fact. So in Dressrosa in the canon story, we see Zoro and Fujitora clash. I think this is a fight that definitely needs to continue. And then we go over to the Shining Running Forever theme song, where we see the monster trio go up against the admirals. And in that theme song, we see Zoro clashing with Fujitora. And then for the third instance, we see a clash between Zoro and Fujitora in One Piece Stampede. Now I do know this is not canon, as well as the fact that the Shining Running Forever theme song is not canon events. But I do think this is possibly foreshadowing from Oda himself, telling us the endgame matchups, because Luffy vs Akainu makes sense, Sanji vs Kizuru makes sense. So why not Zoro vs Fujitora? It's been foreshadowed in the actual story, it's been foreshadowed in a theme song, and it's been foreshadowed in movies, as well as the fact that they both seem to be from Wano, and I think that would be a very interesting fight between two swordsmen. Now for my next pick, this one isn't as definitive. I'm not too sure about this one, but I still thought it was worth mentioning. We're gonna go with Aokiji. Now you're probably wondering, why would I choose Aokiji? Now Aokiji's on this list simply because he is black. I'm gonna be honest, because he is black. Alright everyone, calm down, calm down. Let me explain myself. Every single opponent Zoro has ever fought has had some type of darker skin color, has been brown, black. I mean, even King, who just got his face revealed, happened to be black. Now I don't know what Oda's trying to do here, But I had to add Aokiji because he's black and he's a top tier, as well as the fact that he kinda is a swordsman. He has the ice sword ability, and yeah, that's pretty much my basis for restoring Aokiji. And this might not be a full fight, but I do think he's gonna somehow cut Aokiji, scar Aokiji, because that's just what Oda be on, and yeah man, we're just gonna throw that out there. Then next up we got Kizuru. Now Kizuru, there's a reason I chose Kizuru here. Kizuru is kinda like the right hand man to Akainu. Akainu is like Luffy, so he's like the leader, he's the fleet admiral, and then Kizuru seems to be his right hand man, kinda like a Zoro. Now I know a lot of Sanji fans want to see Kizuru vs Sanji, and I want to see it too, but I do think it's a possibility due to the fact that Kizuru is a swordsman. He has the light sword ability. He wasn't on Oda's swordsman drawing, but he does have sword skills, and that could still be a good fight with Zoro. Zoro needs to up his observation haki. What better than fighting someone who is light speed? And then the last one before Mihawk, possibly the last one, or maybe even before the others, but this is the sleeper pick. A lot of people have speculations on this one. We got Gorosei Gandhi. Gorosei Gandhi, the bald man with a sword. Now we can only assume he's a swordsman due to the fact that he did seem to be cleaning his sword, and he's the only Gorosei with a sword. Now assuming the Gorosei are top tiers, because they're the ones closest to Imu, so you would think they'd be powerful. If the final opponents of the story are the government, I think it makes perfect sense for Zoro to go up against the Gorosei, possibly before or after his fight with Mihawk. Of course, his final opponent is Mihawk himself, the world's strongest swordsman, who Zoro must defeat in order to achieve his dream. I believe Zoro and Mihawk are gonna have some type of Conqueror's Haki clash and split the sky so Zoro can achieve what he said he'd achieve as a child. He said that his name would even reach the heavens. So what better than a Conqueror's Haki clash between Zoro and Mihawk that split the skies, so Zoro's clash can reach the heavens itself. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like. Was I tripping on some of my picks? Just let me know in the comments down below. As always people, have an awesome day. Just a hero. Out.